What I value most is spending time with my family. I notice that they're not going to always be around.
What I value the most right now in my life is the balance that I'm able to strike between work and home, as well as I value my friends, my family, my God.
What is most important to me now is that I have a wonderful family that can treat me well.
What is important to me is my health and my family.
Carson Wade Grothy, I value going to school and getting my education so I can get a good college and have a good life and buy whatever I want.
What I value and what is most important to me right now is aging with dignity. I'm like 4 years away from turning 60. I want to be around here when I'm 90. Still don't have any grandchildren, so by the time grandchildren start coming, I want to have lots and lots of years with my grandchildren.
If I could go back a couple years, I would definitely tell myself to stay true to who I am. Everyone goes through that phase in middle school when they hang out with the wrong crowd and kind of change and pick on others, and I went through that. I would definitely have told myself to stay true to who I really am and to push myself to work harder at everything I do.
What I would like to share is to be safe on the playground because you can fall off the monkey bars and get hurt.
I appreciate my parents for teaching me the value of $1 and the work ethic.
What lesson I would like to share with others or to tell my younger self is definitely nothing is worth staying in an abusive relationship of any kind for. Nothing.
So what kind of advice would I give to my younger self, my 16-year-old person, or to a young person today? I would say it's probably that we can make mistakes, that you can make a mistake, and that it's whether or not you learn from it and whether you grow from it.
There was a lot of history that can be studied because we went through the Depression, which was a hard time, and I do feel that the younger generation might be going through the same thing, and I hope they can cope with it.
What has changed through my generation is that you really can't play outside as much as you used to because of all of the things that happen nowadays. It's hard to be outside and be yourself.
What has changed the most, I guess, from a technological standpoint, it's computers. If you realize that the Apple IIe was more powerful than the first spaceship that we sent up with the satellites, that's pretty amazing. But I think also what has changed is the world as a whole. I think that maybe we don't feel as safe as perhaps we did when we were younger.
The most changes in my life has been technology, like computers, and TV, and I don't think that they are the best things in the world for our generation.
The thing that's changed the most in my lifetime is food. It's incredible. When we started out, I remember with my family, we used to go to a farm. We didn't live on the farm, we lived in the city. But we used to go out to this farm, milk the cow, bring that milk in, make ice cream out of it. You know, our foods, I didn't feel like I had to scrub my apples off with soap and water, and I had all of our food was just so much
I think the
cleaner and
biggest
fresh.
change is definitely technology and how we keep in touch. Facebook, everybody's always on Facebook or texting. Emails have kind of gone out, unfortunately, for the older generations, and so I have handwritten letters. But I kind of wish they'd come back because they're definitely more personal.
I'd like parents to know that I am smart and responsible.
What I would like older adults than me to know about my generation, I was the post-baby boom generation. And I think a lot of the hippies from the earlier generation thought that we were all about money, 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 and maybe we were, but I wasn't. You can be part of a generation that might be labeled as such and such and such and such, but that doesn't mean that everybody in that generation is labeled that way.
Not all of us are the irresponsible, unrespectful teenagers that society paints us to be. There are people who care and want the world to be a better place.
For people to know is that people my age and people younger, that we respect who they are, that we value their experiences, and that we're not afraid to ask them questions about how did they survive things like World War II, or from some of the older people, the Depression, you know, how did they get through tough times?
I think the kids of today should know that everyone can make a difference. You just have to put your effort into it.
I would like all the little kids to know, don't go through your FCAT and just run through it. It's gonna chase you through all your life. And me too. It's chased me through 5th grade, and I don't like it. Learn from me.
I would like to tell my younger family I wish they could eat like I used to eat when I was young, because our food was better then than it is now.
What I would like youth and younger generation to know about me is that I truly, definitely love God, and I live my life. It's not what religion you are, it's not what church you go into, but if I could get my children to really understand the value, the incredible happiness that you get out of just spending quiet time. That's prayer, and that's time with God. And when you have difficult things in your life happen, it's incredible the amount that you get from God when you learn to lean on Him. So that's it.
And I would hope that younger people would find somebody in school or in life that they can value, that they can go to maybe in times of trouble, or just to talk to, because in this day and age, sometimes it's hard to find time for people to listen to each other.
Younger generation, I would love for you to know that I do not want to be you, but I would love to understand you, to learn from you, and to share with you. Being younger doesn't mean you're not happy with the age you are. It means you want to stay young. And also when you're younger, you shouldn't try and be in a rush to be older. We have so much to share from one another, and instead of blocking each other out, we can learn from one another and have a lot of fun doing it too. So that's what I'd like to share.